Anybody who was broken up and blocked by their ex been getting calls from private, unknown, no caller ID? I don't get them a lot, but once every blue moon. It's almost been 2 years since she broke up with me and been in no contact. Am I crazy for thinking like this? Why the mind games? This has so many good questions. This comment was recently asked. And so let me just start off with it happens even without a breakup. Sometimes you start talking to a woman, or sometimes y'all are on and off, and these questions that this fella is asking comes up. So when you're getting these calls from either private numbers, unknown, no caller ID, most likely it could be her. Now, when it's really, really fresh, that's going to be high commonly that it will be her. So the chances are it probably could be her, especially if you don't already get calls from no caller ID or private numbers or unknown numbers. Next thing, and I'm being serious about this one because sometimes y'all might have people that do call you already like that in no caller ID, random people, and you don't always answer to them. You don't know some of them. Sometimes it's even like whether it's a bank or if it's like some sort of organization, it could be that. Once more, you have to really kind of pay attention to the timeline of your relationship or how things ended, and pay attention to the timeline of, is there any other things going on in your life that could lead to certain things? So like, for instance, student loans, right? Sometimes if some people aren't paying student loans and they got to get to the collector or calling, they might start doing it in a certain year or a certain time frame, or you might have avoided calls for so long and then they start calling you all of a sudden or at a certain period of time. That's just one idea, y'all. But if, let's say it is her, that's going to be a woman that's trying to get ahead and have you catch her in some sort of way, like basically get your attention. So you're going to have to wonder and be curious. I've talked to a lot of y'all before, and some of y'all have said that you haven't answered, right? And I actually think it's better that you don't answer unless, like, once more, you don't really know, or it's like, okay, why not type of situation. But if you're constantly, let's say after the first call, answering and you're still getting these calls, you definitely should not be answering. Because when it's mind games, as this fella is asking why the mind games, women are not thinking about, does this look foolish? Does this look like I'm doing the most? She's definitely not thinking about that. She's thinking about, oh, I don't want to call with my regular number. Now, here's another thing too. If she has blocked you, this is another big factor, right? Because if she has blocked you, then this is really telling you that you have been blocked, but your ex doesn't want to unblock you, so they'll use another number to call you. Sometimes they could block you just for a specific period of time, unblock you, and now getting to the reaching out. Remember also, a woman can be encouraged by another female or a friend. It could be even a family member that says, oh yeah, that's not a big deal, or it doesn't look a certain way, right? In your head, you might just be like, why don't she just call me with her regular number, right? But it also, in a sense, could be pride, because she might be like, oh, I blocked him, or I don't want it to be from my number, because she might feel like that's more personal. That's her actual own number, right? And if it's even unknown, then she could also feel like it looks better that way, either to get you to answer the phone, right? Because maybe if you see her name or you know it's her, you're not going to answer. Or it could also be to try to just play those mind games where, hey, you're not going to know who it is and you're going to be wondering. Sometimes some females can even become so petty where they get to the extent of calling you not to even say a word, just to see if you will answer. I find that to be very, very petty, and it's just like, why the games, right? But once more, she's emotionally driven, not logically or rationally. It's not clicking to be like, oh, there's no point, or just call with your regular number. It gets overly complicated because these emotions. And also, just sometimes it's just fun mind games. Women can maybe not be as emotional, so it's not necessarily just driven or is driven in that moment because of her emotions, but it also is to try to get you to the questioning, curiosity, and it's like a mind F word. I have to say the F word because it's like, y'all probably heard people say that before, or that term where it's just to try to like really mess with you, mess with your head. I've even did a recent video where I've said, don't entertain the mind games, because if she gets too caught up or she feels like it's giving her a satisfaction attraction, it's releasing some sort of a dopamine or serotonin, she's just gonna keep going with it. And it could give her a feeling that she doesn't also like when you don't answer, so that can make her be more tempted to go ahead and say something. Now I'm going to answer another portion of his question, as far as like basically they've been in no contact and him not getting why it's happening, like all of this, not all of the sudden, but like out of the blue, where he said, I don't get them a lot, but once every blue moon. So when it's just kind of like happening like out of the blue, or at just like random times, or let's just say 2 to 5 times a year, it's still some feelings most likely lingering around, or reminiscing about you, or simply even just thinking about you. Or we could even just say, and could be all of them. Could be that she is reminiscent, she is thinking about you. Those feelings do linger around, and then that's where that phone call pops up. There's so many different factors, and I feel like I'm gonna do like a part 2. Before I continue on though, if you still haven't given this video a big thumbs up, go ahead and do so. Comment if you want a part 2, and of course check out all my links down below. So to just kind of wrap this up, I want you to get that there's a lot of different factors. So if, let's say, a woman does decide to go ahead and call you as well, it could come down to like it's a late night thing, or a friend encouraged her to do it, or she was like lit that night, and then that's where the randomly calling you happens. When I actually bring this video back up, I am gonna actually do it, and I'm saying this because there's another part that I want to cover actually, and this is what I'm saying at the end. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's games or trying to get in your head, but sometimes it's like random nights where she had a lit night. And maybe in my next video I'll start it off with like when a woman goes out, or when she had a girls night, or after being kind of like under the influence, like that sorts of stuff, because I feel like that's kind of a different part of this video, or a different, like, let's say I guess we could kind of, in my words, I'll say like a different place that she's in life, or it's like the opposite of like if there is feelings really there. So I kind of covered more of like if there's feelings, or trying to play the mind games, and then there's really straight up don't care, or it's just a moment, temporary type of thing. So be on the lookout for those videos. Like I said, let me know, comment the part 2s, other videos that you want to see, let me know, and all that good stuff. And that's really it. If you still haven't given this video a big thumbs up, thank you for those that did and that are going to appreciate it. All right, y'all, that's it. Love y'all. Bye. Subscribe, like, comment. Bye, y'all.
Or if there's other stuff that you have going on, it could be about anything, self-improvement, back to dating. Consultations are available for that. Book your consultation. Let's get on the line and talk about what's going on with you. Click that link after this video.
Sleep affirmations, so you could become that powerful man, and it is recorded in my voice, and I give you the strongest affirmations to overall become that man and subconsciously become powerful. So let's get into these books. Get a track woman you want and get her to miss you, along with secrets to winning her over, and it tells you about cold approaching. It tells you my personal stories, and if you're trying to up your game in the dating game, these books are going to be perfect for that, and you could get it all in a bundle deal. Make sure you click the link down below. Self-improving in the process. This is so serious. This is why I have a whole no contact guide and journal available. Y'all could go ahead and purchase it. If you need somewhere to start off, then you need all the breakdowns, all the insight, the information, and I have structure in there, help you, prompts, things that will tell you you got this, but it'll give you also reasons why, and I have stories in there that tells you why no contact has worked for people, all types of stuff. It's so detailed, y'all. That's how much information I made sure to put in there. Step up no contact, or if you need somewhere to start and you need something to help you, this is like me guiding you as you go through no contact. That's how I customized it for y'all. So you can check that out by clicking the link down below. See what you could do with no contact, how far you could do it. Just learn everything, have the guidance, and accountability partner. Although I'm not actually there, you'll feel that sense from this journal and guide.